Welcome back to another episode of In the End, There's Always a Disney Guide. But before we get into today's episode, make sure you go to DisneyGuide.com and subscribe to my blog right now. So today we're going to be talking about Grey's Anatomy. As you know, Season 17, Episode 15 promo shows that Jackson will be exiting Grey's Anatomy. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this is definitely telling me that Grey's Anatomy is probably most likely going to be ended. Now, I know people probably don't want this. I know this is probably what fans least expect. But let's be honest. You got all these returns, these special returns. They ain't do this for no other season. And on top of that, for the season finale is going to be Throwback Thursday. So, I'll just have to be straight up. The show is going to be ending. And honestly, if I were to be real with you guys, I think the way I described it should have been the way it ended. I know people love Meredith a lot, but let's be real. If Meredith would have stayed with Derek, even though she had kids, that would have been the best, more appropriate ending. Because at least it may be sad, but at least it's a happy ending. Because even though, she decided to stay alive, it was still even sadder because we had to watch Derek be alone. So, and I get that she has kids, and I get that a lot of people would miss her, but the best ending would have been her choosing to stay with Derek. Now, Grey's Anatomy, Jesse Williams has decided to exit the show, which, honestly, at this point, I'm not even surprised that he did that. At this point, man, this show should just end. I mean, let's be real. It should just end. I know people love the show, but the way that the show is going about, I mean, it just looks like it's about to end to me. It says it right here. Jesse Williams is leaving Grey's Anatomy after 12 seasons. So, yeah, it's saying Jesse Williams is leaving Grey's Anatomy. So, I think most likely, Grey's Anatomy should end. I'm not even kidding at this point. Grey's Anatomy should end most likely at this point of the series. Let me see. Is Grey's Anatomy ending? Let's see what Google finna say, because what's holding up the renewal? The reason why it's holding up, and it's gonna hold up even more now with Jesse Williams leaving, as playing Jackson. So it's gonna be held up even more, because I know for a fact, they're debating on this. I know for a fact that they are debating on this. I know they are. I just know it's not gonna be too long before either Ellen Pompeo or Christian Bernoff says, after 17 seasons, we decided to end the show. Season 18, it's not going to work. I mean, let's be honest. At this point, I think they ran out of, plot lines. If COVID didn't happen, most likely, probably, there's a chance that the show would have continued on. But let's just be real. The show is going to end. We don't want it to, but it's going to end. And if it doesn't end with season 17, it's going to end with season 18. It's one or the other. COVID kind of brought a way to end the show, to be honest. It definitely brought a way to end the show. So there's a lot of things that COVID has caused for to happen, and this is one of them. One thing I can say about COVID is it did give us a good way to do the show. It did give them a good way. If it wasn't for COVID, we wouldn't even be able to see all the people that we missed from previous seasons, like Lexi and Eric and George O'Malley and all these other people, Derek. If it wasn't for COVID, that wouldn't have happened. But at the same time, with all those amazing, the amazing side of, COVID, then there comes the downside about how it's going to affect the series, and it's impacted it a lot. So, and y'all got Trump to thank for that, honestly. But I mean, at the same time, y'all, we just need to prepare to say goodbye, because I know Christian Bernoff probably said it already. The show most likely is going to end. I know people don't want to hear that, but let's just accept it and face it. It's going to end. I don't want it to end either, but I mean, it's just going to end. There's nothing we can do to fix it. All I can say is that if they do decide not to end it, like I said, most likely they're going to end it on season 18. Most likely. But it's most likely going to end. And like I said, the way they should have did it was with Meredith. They should have killed off Meredith. That would have been the best ending. Just with her to stay with Derek, that would have been the best outcome. But it's like now people are just leaving the series left and right. I mean, shoot. They just going. This is like the 7th person who's left the show now. The 7th person. They hired a new one, but this is like the 7th person. So I know for a fact this show is going to end. I know for a fact it will. And they should have did it like, I suggested it because even though it's sad, it would have been a better ending at the same time. But, I mean, we can hope for the best. I just honestly don't have that much hope left in me for this show. The outcome of it, getting a season 18 is very, there's a 3% chance, especially after what just happened with Jackson, with him leaving. So, I mean, what will be I'm finna sit y'all, what will be the Grey's Anatomy finale? Season 17. What will be the Grey's Anatomy season 17 finale? It says there will be only 2 episodes left after this, with the series deciding to end on episode 16. The Grey's Anatomy final season will air on Thursday, May 20th. There will be no more schedule in the upcoming days. Yeah. This was definitely an emotional season, I would say that. But what it says here currently is that someone saved my life tonight. Yeah, the last episode based off the schedule is yeah. So based off the schedule of the series, from what I'm looking at, it's basically saying that so the next episode coming up episode is May 20th. Tradition, I'm Still Standing will be May 27th, which is the finale episode of the series, and that will be it as far as for that for this season, because with COVID they had to downsize the episodes. Normally season 16 was supposed to get 24 episodes, but they only got 21, and season 17 was supposed to get 24, but it got 16 episodes. So it was even shorter than season 17. The normal episodes for each season for Grey's Anatomy was 24. But because of COVID, when COVID started in season 16, that kind of cut production to only have 21 episodes. Then that's when season 17, because of how bad COVID was getting, that's why they cut down the episodes even more to where it was only 16 because of how bad the pandemic was. So that's why the season had a shortage of episodes this year. Like I said, I'm not even surprised. I'm not even surprised about what's happened. But what I will say is that I knew this was gonna happen. I knew it. And I didn't want this to happen, but I suggested the best possible way the show could end it, though. I gave the best possible way And that would have been if Meredith was killed off. I get that people love Meredith and they want her to they want her to live and survive. But you have to think about the circumstances of how the show will be and look. Okay? Just like with what was the name of, every show, like I've said in one of my previous episodes, I remember saying that everything doesn't have a happy ending, or every story doesn't have a happy ending, or there isn't always a happy ending to every story. Something like that. And like I said, with Grey's Anatomy, even though Meredith would have been, dead, if they would have killed her off, she would have been with Derek, which I would have think been a better moment, because everybody know that Meredith and Derek are the top Grey's couple. So it would have been the best ending if that's would have been how it ended. Now I know Amelia, Maggie, Bailey, Richard, Zola, and the rest of her children would have been starstruck, but it would have been a better ending than how it did end it, though. And then on top of that, it is going to end with another character being lost. It's like every season, a new character is leaving. Season 14, April. Season 16, Alex. Season 17, both DeLuca and Jackson. Like, come on now. It would have been better if, Meredith, because the show is going based off Meredith. So it's all up to Meredith. And when Meredith decides to leave, that's when the show cuts. Like, they made it clear about that. So that would have been the best ending. But thank you guys for listening in to today's episode. Make sure you go subscribe to my DisneyGuy.com blog. As you guys know, we've been renewed for season 2 of this series. I want to thank you guys so much. Make sure you rate my show on IMDb. And it's on the site. It'll take you right to the site of the IMDb series. It's now on IMDb. But you can go check that out and give my show a rating. Thank you guys for listening in. I love you so much, and bye-bye, guys. Because I'm trying to get my show a Google Knowledge panel. Like, I need to get it on Google so y'all know what's going on, like all these other series. But thank you for listening in, and bye-bye.